Right. Good day, class. And today I'll be explaining to you on what Python entails. As we all know, if you are just learning Python for the first time, this is your first time of learning Python, then I'm going to say a very big welcome to you because here we'll be breaking down each and every step of Python step by step with no step skip. Alright, so I want to believe that we need to make sure that our Python is installed. You go to Python.org to download the Python. Then you can also install your VS Code as your code editor. So as you can see, I'm already in my VS Code, and we'll be talking about variable and values in Python, and of course how to identify and how to utilize data type in Python, and how to create an input using the input function, and how to display the output using the print function. So I want you to follow me step by step as we proceed, and if you have any question, please kindly drop it on the comment section. Thank you. Alright, so for example, now if I have let's say that I have name, so I can declare names to be, let's say I want names to be Aliu, and I also want to have age, then I want age to be 56, then I want to also declare height, where I want the height to be 1.78. I also like to declare let's say it's gender, or let's say it's male rather. So I would like to use 2. Alright, let's save the work first. So I use hy, or let's say Day-1. Let's put Day-1, then we'll add the extension, which is Python. So you save it as Python type. Alright, so now we look at what we have here now. Sorry, I have to close this quotation. So what we have here is we have 4 variables and 4 values. That is, name is a variable, age is a variable, height is a variable, and of course its male is another separate variable. So that is to say, the variable is just like a container that contains values. I hope we're communicating. So when you have a variable, then that item you have inside the variable is what we refer to as values. That is, Aliu is a value inside a variable called name, 56 is a value inside variable called age, and of course 1.78 is a value inside variable called height. There you can see this is 2 value inside a variable called isMate. Now let me explain one after the other. This name Aliu, this is what we call, this Aliu is a string data type. Let me add a description. So this Aliu is a string data type because you can see it's a text, and that's why it's being encoded, both the trailing and leading text. We encode everything with quotation. So anytime you are trying to make use of a text as your value, so in Python we normally try to put it in quotation, then we call it what? A string data type. Alright, now we now look at the 56. 56 is called an int data type. That is integer, like a whole number. That is a number without or should I call it a number values without a decimal. That is, it's not float and it's not double. So if you have from 1 to 1 million, like just a number without decimal is what we call int data type. So unlike the one down below, this is what we call a float data type, as you can see. So we call it float data type because it's a decimal. So any decimal value that you want to make use of in your Python, we call it float data type. Why the one without decimal is what we refer to as what? Int data type. Why the one with alphabet is what we refer to as a string data type. So this one, you can see the 2 is not just ordinary 2. You can see the color is not the same thing with the rest. So this to show that this is a what? This is a Boolean data type. We call it a bool data type. That is to say, it can be true or false, it can be yes or no, positive or negative, just one side, and it will ignore the other one. So don't forget, the name, age, height, and its made, they are all variable. While Aliu 56, 1.78, and 2, they are the values assigned to each and every variable that we have here. Then the Aliu is a string data type. 56 is int data type. 1.78 is also what? It's a float data type. And of course, 2 is a what? Is a boot data type. Now, I can choose to output this using what we call the output function. So I can use output function, which is called the print. So I can open print as a function, and I can be able to pass each and every variable inside my my print function, that is 2. So if I run this like this, I'll be able to have the output of the name. So we don't need to type the value, we use the variable to display the output. So if I run this now, you look down below, you see that what we have here is called Aliyu. So I can just add a description, and maybe I can say, okay, the name is, or maybe your name is, something like the name is. So I can just add a string to encode this. Then for the readability, I think we're good. So you can see I have to remove one of this. Alright, so you see now, so by the time I run it again now, it will give this output, it will give it a reasonable description. Instead of just showing ordinary Aliyu, we are going to know what Aliyu is actually standing for. So you can now see now, my output is now more readable, and it's more understandable now. Now you can see the name is what? The name is now Aliyu. So I can choose to print, I can also choose to print age by going for the same output function. You can see print, then I can say, okay, age is, let's just say age is, then I can now type age. You can see I can do the same thing for the height. Let's just say height. So let's say height should just be equal to what? Height. So you can see, let's try and put something to separate this a little bit. So I think it's okay like this. I have to put this and remove this. Then we should remove this too. Alright, so you can now see. So if we're gonna work again, and let's see our new output. So you can now see what we have now. The name is what? Aliyu. Our age is now what? 56, and the height is what? 1. So you can see we output the output using just the what? The variable name. You can see the variable name of age, the variable name of what? Height, and the variable name of what? Name. So this is how you can be able to write a simple program using different type of what? Data type. You can see in this exercise we make use of a string data type, we make use of an int data type, which is this, and we also make use of a float data type, we also make use of a what? A bool data type, and we use a what? We use output function, which we call a print function, to display each and every what? Variable on our what? On our terminal. So we run this on console, and by the time we run it on console, we're able to get this. So please, you should try to understand what variable is all about, what values is all about, and of course what data type is all about. I will say this again. Variable is the container that contains values, while values are those details inside variable, and the data type is the one that describe what type of values we're actually working with. Alright, so now let's go for the input function, because if we choose to keep running this program from now till only God knows when, we'll be having the same output. And now what if we now want users to be able to to define their own input? So we can just manipulate this. I can just manipulate this. So instead of saying name should be Ali, I will just say input type. So this is an input function, and I will say enter your name. So user can be able to enter any kind of name. So I can ask for enter your name. Now you can see, and instead of me to type 56 here, I will add another input box that will prompt user to enter their users to enter their age. So you can see enter your age. So you see, then I can also remove this and also use an input type that also prompts users to enter their enter age. Then so let me add me add data type to each and every one of them. So I can come to this place and just, this one is int, so I can just say the int. So we have to close the other bracket because we just open an int function. So I can come here and say, okay, this is age. So sorry, name is string. Sorry, not. Then age is int. Then I have to close the other bracket because now I open two brackets. Then height is what is floats. Open the brackets. Then we have to go and close the bracket somewhere around there. Now you can see. Alright, so now we can now be able to run our program again, and it's going to prompt for each and every. So you can see if I run it, it's asking for the name. The name is Ali. Sorry, it's asking for the name. So the name is Ali. The next, enter your age. Age is 78. Next, enter your, okay, I had enter your age. So this is supposed to be height. Let's say height is 1.49. So you can now see it put everything for us just like the way. So I will just change this on to height. Alright, so thank you. This is where we're stopping today, and follow my page for my next detail I'll be dropping. Thank you, and God bless you.